Okay, following the last video, we now have an attractor that is the basis for a panel that is a light diffuser or a facade panel or something. So I will use this one, and I will now put it into a panel in Archicad. So we have all the circles, and I will now hide the grid. I will make a new rectangle, which is the contour of the whole panel. And this rectangle has the same width and the same height as my grid. And then I will extrude the circles and the rectangle into the height of the panel. So let's say I have a 10mm panel. Then I will use extrude. And the direction of the extrusion is in set direction, so in upwards. So I will use unit set. Then I take the rectangle as the base and the direction as unit set. So now I have extruded the rectangle to the height, and then to make it closed, I will cap it. So we'll do the same for the circles. Then we just copy the extrude and the cap, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and put in the circles. So this might be a little heavy. And what's next is to use these circles to take a hole in the original rectangle. So that might be even heavier. So we'll use the solid difference. Now it might take a couple of seconds to complete. Like this, and I will hide the old ones, preview off, and then you see I have this panel with all the holes in. And to put it into Archicad, it's quite useful to make it into mesh first. So I will use the component mesh rep. It basically finds a mesh, triangularized mesh out of the B-rep. So now, as you can see, all the faces are triangularized. And that's more useful for Archicad geometry. So I will put it into Archicad as a morph. And it's here, morph solid. And I can also put on some settings. I'll put it in just now. Settings, morph settings. And then I can give it a building material. I can also put it on a layer if I want to do that. So I will put in the settings, and I'll reference a material from the Archicad file. And I've already connected my grasshopper to Archicad. So it's already working. So I'll go to Archicad, and it should be there. And it's now the correct material. And yeah, the connection is active. So this is my geometry. It's a little slow, but it's working. And I should be able to adjust it and move it and so on in Archicad. So I'm not super happy about this, but it's working. And yeah, I think just to make sure that we don't spend a lot of time for every change, we will add a small data dam to the solid difference command. And this one works like this. So now there is no data going through, and every time I make a change, so say I want to change this pattern somehow, or I want to change the initial size of the grid, something bigger, it won't affect the solid different command, which is the heaviest one. So I have to press play to send the data, and then it will start the heavy calculations. And it sends it to Archicad as well.